Okay. So my last like 3 videos have all been wiped out. Like straight up. Like just gone. So I'm gonna recap the first 3 episodes of the 5th season of She-Ra, like right now. Episode 1. Adora is stupid and rushing into every battle because she's feeling bad about not being She-Ra. I don't know why that made her go stupid, but okay, she's trying to make up for not having super strength by just rushing into battle blindly. Friends convince her to not do that and that she doesn't have to fight everything alone. That is her trait. She always thinks she has to do everything alone. I don't know why that is, but that's her. Um, Horde Prime calls everybody little brother or little sister, and it's really annoying. And Katra and Glimmer are being held prisoner on his ship, and he's invading Etheria really stupid hard. Um, the Horde is finally a threat. Like, you, the viewer, feel them as a threat. And, I mean, I guess last season they were too, but it took 4 seasons to get there. I'm disappointed. But this is the first time they've had a goal. Like, the first 2 seasons, there was no goal. The first season, the Horde Act didn't have a goal. He was just ominous in the shadows. The second season, his goal was, I want to get off Etheria, which didn't go with like why try to get off Etheria? Like, if you want to not be on Etheria, why try to conquer it? So anyway, um, that's season or episode 1. Episode 2, Adora's trying to get sleep and can't get any sleep. Bo fights everybody off and tells them to find his, like, leave her alone. So we have an episode that's about the princesses and not about Bo, Adora, or Glimmer. It's more the princesses than anything. So they try to, like, Horde Prime sent a message to all of Etheria asking them to just give She-Ra to him. Surrender She-Ra and everything will be fine. But they figure that Glimmer is being held wherever he is. So if they can find out where in space he is, they can go rescue Glimmer. So they try to, like, do a rescue type mission. Is that a spider on my arm? Just crawling up. Um, you are still here. I'm telling you. Um, so we have a mission being led by Mermista. Everybody's trying to, and they're like, we need Entrapta to, like, find her way. And for the first time, thank you, Mermista, the only person that understands me. She was like, no, no Entrapta, because as soon as we get, because she's shifty and shady, and as soon as we get, like, she sees Horde Prime's ship up close, she's gonna betray us and join him. And I was like, thank you, thank you. That's all I wanted someone to notice, because I don't care how much the fandom tries to say it, Entrapta is not chaotic neutral. She is chaotic evil because she doesn't go, whatever. Like, she doesn't equally serve both sides. She goes only for science. Who cares who gets hurt? I don't care who gets hurt. And she doesn't think about other people. She's so, and that's been displayed multiple times. She is not chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral is like, maybe I'll make a peanut butter sandwich and eat it. Maybe I'll make a peanut butter sandwich and drop it on the floor. You don't know. But she's like, maybe I'll learn how this science works. Maybe I'll just doom everybody else. But if I doom everybody else, won't it be a great experiment? No. Science for science sake, but without any awareness of consequences until like the third season when she was like, oh no, don't open the portal. This will unravel reality. Now you develop a conscience. 2 seasons ago, it was, we can hack the planet. We can throw off all the ecosystems. This is amazing. Okay. Next season, we're going to like lend you out to Cobra so you can finally give them the weather dominator that Cobra Commander has been wanting for all these years. So anyway, they go on this mission and oh, that's something else in episode 1 that made me so mad. So they're like, oh no, we can't get away. We can't defeat these guys. We have to like sound the retreat, sound the alarm. Everybody run. So Adora and Mermista and Perfuma and Micah and Bo, they're all booking it. And like Entrapta runs, but then she sees like some tech, like somebody blows up a trooper bot, and she's like, ooh, and like beelines it back to it. And I'm like, oh, so we just gonna, that's how you got caught by the horde the first time. That's how you got left behind the first time. Like, you never learn. Why? Why we need her? Why? I need to know. So, they're running this mission, and it's very reminiscent of that time that they stormed. They run to this like the spire that it broadcasts from, and the way these spires work, they're like spaceships that just get like thrown into the planet like a javelin or something. They're like rocket ships that just land and poof, this is our spot, and we're just gonna deploy like little surveillance droids and a ton of robots from it and a couple of Horde Prime clones. So we're doing a lot of rehashing of when they went to Horde Prime or the Fright Zone in season 1. And it was some pretty cool callbacks, except like the spire that they're going after is like in the desert, mostly the desert. So Mermista's like, I hate it here, because she has no water to work with. And Plant Girl, Perfuma, I don't know why I called her Plant Girl. Perfuma is like using all of what she can, like growing vines and moss on like everybody. But then they get close and Mermista's like, there's one thing I know better than anyone. It's the Fright Zone's sewage system. And then she like breaks open pipes and uses like their sewage, and everyone's like, ew, gross. And I'm like, there shouldn't be a sewer system there. It's not the Fright Zone. what plot hole? But then, Entrapta does a whole bunch of stuff to endanger everybody. Entrapta does a bunch to endanger everybody. Then Mermista like blows up at her. She's like, "I'm so sick of you, like going single-mindedly for tech. I understand that you love tech, but like." She was like, "I've had it. I've had it. You almost got everybody killed because you just like go blindly into the open and like just never mind your surroundings, and everybody almost just got killed because of you." And I'm like, mm-hmm. So then the writers decide that they want to have that, like, "Oh, but Entrapped is autistic" moment. And they were like, "Oh, I don't, but you're mad at me and I don't understand why. I'm sorry, I'm not good at people. I'm good at tech. And so I was hoping that if I do tech well enough, people will like me. Not if you try to hack the planet. I will never forgive you for that. The fandom might forgive you for that, but I will never forgive. Hack the planet! No. And then she's like, "No, you're trying, your absent-mindedness always gets us in trouble. We're trying to do our best to save Glimmer, and you just, ugh." And she's like, "I'm sorry. I, well, I'm going to try to get that signal because you guys need that signal. I'm trying to get the signal for you." Never, ever, ever has she ever tried to do anything for any of the princesses or anybody purely out of altruism. Or, "Oh, you need this? Here, I'll help you." It's like she always has to get bribed or tricked into something. And like Scorpia tries to like cover for her. She's like, she means well, but she's a bit like rough around the edges. I'm like, no. So now suddenly she's like, "I want to do this for you because Glimmer needs our help." You are such a liar. Why would you suddenly feel like this? Because we yelled at you? Now you care about Glimmer? No, take yourself back to the camp. You just want to go to space. That's all you want. That's why you're trying to get this signal in the first place, because you want to go to space. And so we get to the third episode where, at the end of the episode, hold up, still on episode 2, they come up with a plan to launch the ship. Micah has to stay behind. Swiftwind has to stay behind. Everybody has to stay behind except for Adorable and Entrapta. Entrapta, because she's the only one that knows how to use tech. And if the ship breaks up on the way up there, you got somebody to fix it. She goes up there. And then season 3, or episode 3. Why do I keep calling seasons? Episode 3 ruined my dreams. So, things that get in my heart and get in my pet peeves more than anything. is when they like play extra fast and loose with science. I don't know why. I don't know why it bothers me so much. This series is all magic and science, or science is magic, or magic is science, or they're all synonymous. He-Man and She-Ra have always been sort of like that. Okay, they've always blended magic and super science for the entire series, so that I can roll with. And I excuse the old ones because they're old. You know, everybody would just be like, throw a helmet on and you'll be safe in space. You know that's not true. But the thing that gets me the worst in this episode is like every time someone puts a space suit on, it has a hole somewhere that just goes into space. And I'm like, why? Nobody thought to just cover up one time. Everybody's hair is just out in space. Like, why? Oh, because then you know which character is what. No, that's not how a suit. You gotta seal it. And since like Bo doesn't have long flowing hair so it can go out into space, he just cuts out the center. Oh, and Untrapta made these on the ship. Where? When did she have time? And when did the ship get like a sewing room and pattern making tools? Like, this woman whipped up 3 whole spacesuits with different specific motifs that visually go with them. She gave Bo his boots with the hearts on them and the heart on his chest and the ab window. Why does it have an ab window? It is a spacesuit. In space, no one can see your abs except for Bo. And apparently she had like some space-proof see-through fabric. Maybe. Maybe they'll breathe air, can explore the vacuum of space. Everybody's hair things should be messing up their air, but you know that specific thing bothered me to no end. Aside from that, the episode actually was pretty good. So the redemption arc is heavy on its way. Catra starts to regret her entire life of bad choices. And I mean her entire life of bad choices. Like, everything she does seems to be just bad choice after bad choice after bad choice. Like consciously deciding. They're like, do you want to do it the easy way or the hard way? And she's like, hard way all the time. So she sent Glimmer. She like got to a teleporter, found the teleporter, evaded all the Horde Prime clones, and like pulled this whole big old jailbreak. And Glimmer's like, what about you? What about her? Let her deal with her own like failures as a Catra. So she gets teleported into the middle of space, and like, and Catra sends this like rushed transmission. She's like, I don't know where you are. I can't send her to where you are. I can tell you where I'm going to send her, and just get there now before these guys have time to catch up to me. Go! And she apparently, like, as far as Adora and friends see, she sacrificed herself to save Glimmer. And they're like, no. But we all know better. And now Horde Prime's like, oh no, little sister. Your treachery will be rewarded accordingly. Also, we will always like he makes this big old speech and he's like, I have plans for you. Ha ha ha. And then Catra does the number one thing that I hate that she does all series long. He makes this big threatening speech and her first reaction. Ooh, really? That's what you think? I'm like, oh, kill her, end her, slice her to bits. She's done. We don't need her in this series. Throw her into the sun. I don't need to see her anymore, okay? I've heard the last of that obnoxious laugh. Like, just because it works for those tsundere characters that the writers love from anime so much does not mean that Catra has to do it every time. So mad. But I'm going to watch episode 4 and then I'll get you back or get back to you guys. Okay. I think I've ranted long enough. Ooh, 21 minutes. I'm sorry, everybody. Whatever. Bye.